What's up, guys? My name is Justin. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are back on iRacing and we are going to be doing a little bit of test driving. There was a patch today. I have no idea when you're going to see this video because it's going to be just filler whenever I get bored, but there was a patch today, so test drive is up. So I figured I didn't get to do very much test driving last week 13, and this upcoming week 13, I've already mentioned a couple times I'm going to be out of state, so I won't get to do much for the 2026 changeover either. So yeah, we're going to take the opportunity and drive some potential cars that have been suggested to me for 2026, and that being the Lotus 79 and the Aston GT1. The Lotus 79 because I was talking about how, as far as open wheel formula cars go, the only thing I really have a comfortable realm of comfort and pace is the USF 2000, which is great. But people have said I might like the Lotus 79. I've quite literally never driven it, so this is probably going to be absolutely hilarious to watch and laugh at. But we're going to give this a whirl, and I've talked before about how Proto GT, the Ford GT2, has been a struggle that I've pretty much given up on completely, and trying to find other Fords to race with because unfortunately they don't happen, especially in the United States evening time slots. So gave up on that, but I figured GT1 is much more popular. I have no idea if I'm going to like it or not. More testing will need to be done before I jump in, of course. But for the time being, I figured I would drive a handful of laps around both, and the track I know best is Road America. So we will see what we can do. Again, I've never driven the 79, so I have no idea what it's going to be like. Literally nothing to gauge any kind of thought process off of anything at all. No idea how to drive it, no idea how many gears it has. I should probably look at that. Apparently 5. Um, yeah, the GT1 at least I've driven before, and I've driven the Corvette some before over the many years. Not in any angst, not with any recency, but at least I kind of sort of know what to expect in that car. So we'll see how that goes, how I feel about it. Obviously, we're just going to run baseline iRacing setups for this. Don't have anything built or anything like that, but we're just going to get a feel for it, see how it goes, and see if we can learn and get a positive experience from it. And then who knows, maybe we'll see some of one or both of these cars in 2026. So let's head on track with the 79 and see what we can do around Road America. Let's see how it sounds first. Oh, it sounds damn good. Jeez, alright. Let's do it. I'm probably going to kill myself immediately. Cold tires are no good. Understeer, as you'd expect from a 1980s Formula 1 car. 70s? The 70s? 80s? I really don't know, honestly. 79 to me implies 70s, but the 49 is from the 60s, so I'm going to assume 80s. I really don't know, to be honest with you. Probably makes me sound like a dumbass, but that's okay. Not that fast in a straight line, but for the day, obviously, in essentially a bathtub full of fuel, it's very fast, but don't think I have the balls to drive this thing with anger without knowing what I'm getting into, and I definitely couldn't have driven it in real life for sure, naturally, but it sounds really good. So yeah, if you have any tips, tricks, anything I can work from, let me know. It does seem to be very understeery off, or on throttle, excuse me, and oversteery off throttle, as you might expect from something with not no downforce, but minimal downforce, especially by today's standards with big sticky tires, lots of power, especially for its day, of course. No idea if the kink is going to be flat. I'm assuming not even close, so we'll just give a big lift and a little bit of a brake drag through there. No more gears, obviously, so we're in 5th all the way down here to 12. Very easy to rev match your shifts and get your car into gear there, so that's nice and straightforward. 13, upshift before 14, down a couple of gears for 14. I know fuel's a huge factor in this car. I have no idea how much an Imperial gallon is either, but apparently it's a lot, because on 15 you can do 30 laps around here, obviously 4-mile racetrack, so whatever. Oh, that was just a terrible turn 1, but that's okay. You might not even need second gear through there, but that's alright. I really have enjoyed watching a couple of the videos Nick has done with this car for like the Grand Prix Touring series. It is quite a good car, simulated race, but anyways, it does seem like fuel's a big factor in terms of how the car handles and the pace you can find. I just kind of have to balance that. Absolutely chickened it in there for 5. Definitely can skate the rear tires loose though. Under power if you're not careful. But it understeers so much. There's probably a really fine balance, other than obviously setup tweaks. There's probably a really fine balance for the amount of throttle you want to carry to help the thing rotate and pivot without, you know, spinning yourself out. That's probably part of the key there. So all nuances that would have to be figured out. I have no idea how often these things race, and by that I mean, you know, how popular they would be in the United States late night. Obviously, the touring, you know, World Championship, Grand Prix, whatever it's called, series is quite popular, at least enough to generate multiple splits a lot of times. So that's good, but I have no idea how much the normal series goes official and what days or whatever, if I could even make it in U.S. evenings. I don't know anything about the schedule, what the schedule's usually formatted like. That was stupid to go down the first there for turn 12. That's okay. So yeah, I expect this to be a learning scenario and just trying to figure some of this stuff out. We'll do one more lap here. This has been quite fun, quite a fun lap. We're going to be right about 2 minutes, which is, I have no idea. It's probably not fast at all, but 2 minutes, 0.4. Obviously not very fast, but felt fast, felt scary. Try third gear through here, might not even need second. It definitely, when you're putting a little bit of throttle in and it gets the car slowed down and turned in properly, it definitely rotates nicely. It's just that initial understeer struggles, and as soon as you get to the point, like I said, I don't trust the grip of the car and the way that the downforce works and aero and stuff like that. The direction change, that's all something I've always struggled with in Formula cars, so definitely something I'd have to improve on and be better and learn more, but I'm entertained. It's not like it's just a slot car. Missed a gear there, that's alright. Yeah, I don't like that most Formula cars, the Formula 3 is my best example there, as we finally get some rear tire braking. Formula 3 car is just a slot car. Excuse me, it's on rails. Not only am I not good at it, but it's not that fun, to be honest with you, just because it drives so peculiarly, and maybe that's fun, maybe it's realistic. Missed another gear, Justin, come on. But I just don't enjoy that you have to drive, you know, balls to the walls always, because it's so difficult to pass people that know what they're doing, because that car behaves in such a weird way for what my brain is ready for. I've always preferred, you know, sports cars, obviously, fendered cars, and then specifically slower fendered cars, you know, PCC type of stuff. GT4 even is a little bit too fast usually, so. But yeah, so I've always preferred that, so this is all a big learning curve for me. I've never been very potent in the IndyCar, even on ovals or anything like that, so. But I've enjoyed this. This has actually been a lot of fun. Again, more testing will need to be done, more to be determined, ask more questions, get more feedback from people that have driven it, like Nico and Will and Carl. But I've enjoyed this. It's going to be a slower lap because I missed so many shifts, I think. Now it might be a little bit faster, about a second or so, second and a half. So yeah, I'm sure fast is like 152 or something, but I enjoyed that. It was actually fun. I'm going to have to make this my thumbnail because that's a good looking race car. I don't know what this paint scheme is. I guess it's demo drive. But that's definitely going to have to be the thumbnail there. Let's get that lined up with start finish. Why not? All right, how can we make this look pretty? Just trying to stretch a video length is what I'm doing here. So yeah, I mean, again, leave me your thoughts on this car. We'll get the Aston out here. We'll come back to Road America in just a second. But yeah, I'm definitely intrigued enough, at least. I didn't really feel like the underbody aero or anything come into play, really, which maybe it would and should, maybe it shouldn't and wouldn't. I really don't know. But I didn't feel it so strongly that it was obvious that I was dealing with like underbody aero or anything like that. So, all right, we'll take a screenshot of that and we will get ready to bring out the Aston. What's it called? DBR9, yeah, DBR9. I never understood that. I've brought that up multiple times. So obviously the road car is the DB9. What did I do now? Come on, did I break it again? I did this last time. I did this last time and broke everything, but can I just refresh it now? Do I have to reselect everything? Road America, full course. Aston. Really? Why can't I have nice things, honestly? Did I just close iRacing completely? I swear I did this last time. I'm so sorry. I'm literally an idiot. But that's not new to any of you, but I'm literally stupid when it comes to technology and apparently even demo drive. But anyways, I talked before. I don't even remember where I was going with that, honestly. Let's see. Demo drive. Aston, Road America. I don't remember the point I was trying to make. Sorry, apologies. If you remind me, I'll try to finish it in the comments. But probably wasn't that interesting or important, but that's okay. Let's fire up the Aston here. Again, like I said at the beginning of this video, I have driven the GT1s on iRacing previously, not a lot by any means. I recall the Corvette C6R. This was the pre-Z06 C6R, was the base car that they ran from like, what, 2005 to 2007 or 2008, somewhere in there. Then obviously they came out with the ZR1 that they ran in the GT2 category there for a while there at the end of the C6 run. But anyways, so I have driven this car. I recall the Corvette was like, I don't know, 85 or 90% similar to the Cadillac CTS-V, which is a car that I have had a lot of success in, but kind of have a love-hate relationship with. Definitely not my favorite car or anything, but we will head out here for test drive. I guess we're on, that's not the right button. We are on the baseline set. Is there something better than that? Because usually the baseline set sucks. We'll just go low downforce. I really have no idea. Probably doesn't really make that much of a difference, to be honest with you. Another good sounding car here. Only 7,500 red line, but the Corvette I think is like 6,200, so. Sequential upshifts, gotta remember that now. Do have to flip your downshifts though, as you'd expect. So this in my mind is kind of pre-GTE, which again, I don't hate GTE. It's not my favorite car in the world, but again, could be an option. Will definitely require more testing and more laps and more seat time. Probably some more demos on where I need to be and what I'm doing wrong, but potential option if I decide I want to continue in Proto GT sometime in 2026. We had a good year driving the Ford, but just become too much to try to find Fords constantly, so. I do kind of wish Proto GT would get rain though, be rain equipped. That could be a lot of fun, but that would be even more of a disaster and even more of a ghost town than it already is, so that's probably not a great idea. Plus these are all like 15 or 20-year-old pieces of content, but you know, a guy can hope. I guess we'll just give it 3 laps like we did for the Lotus. I'm sure this is not fast. I'm sure it doesn't look very good, but that's okay. We're learning. A little bit understeer there, which I'm sure could be dialed out with some set tweaks. Up the front stretch. Can't wait to be back. I know it's, at the time of recording, it's just starting fall. I mean, race season is like another 7 months away, but I can still hope and dream. A little bit of a micro lock there on the brakes into turn number 1. And they're a little bit too deep, just a touch. Wasn't awful. I don't know, it feels fine. It's very fun to drive, it's fast, but it just feels kind of numb, and I feel the same way about GTE cars. Not that they're bad, but I think that's why I like the Ford so much, is it had so much personality and driver characteristics, and although it was quirky, and in some ways dumb, especially pre-fix that they did before Portimao, with the way that the front end was bouncy and stuff, but I mean, I loved the Jetta, and the Jetta was similar. The Jetta had some stupid handling quirks. I mean, the Solstice has some stupid handling quirks, all those same things, but like those are good when they make the car have character and it's not just, you know, copy paste from everything else on the sim. So I don't know, maybe this car has some of those as well, but it feels very neutral, very balanced, very composed, which is fine. But you know, I don't think it would rock my socks off and just have a blast racing this car if I wasn't in a battle with somebody, which is neither here nor there. That's not the issue at hand today, but just making notes as we go around here. Definitely not going to be anywhere near being under 2 minutes in this car, I don't think. I would assume. I don't remember what I used to run in the Ford around here, to be honest with you, but obviously this should be a couple seconds quicker. Also has some understeer, like I said last lap around. We'll do one more and then we'll call it a day. I think this is best successful test here today. Definitely an interesting car. I do quite like it. It's not bad. I just don't know if it's purchase and invest the time into learning and building sets worthy and, you know, whatever, because am I going to fall in love with it enough to drive it every week and still have the same issue of looking for other GT1s to race with? Because although obviously the HPD and GT1 classes of Proto GT are much healthier, I would not say by any means that they are thriving. So that's part of it that comes into contention. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to think or feel. 203, I don't think that's terrible. That's probably about what I did in the Ford, which means I'm a good couple seconds off, 2 or 3 seconds probably, but a little bit of rear locking. See if I can find a little more time in the second half of this final lap here today. Try to push a little bit more. That may end up with us in the fence or understeering like a bus, but it's not a bad car. I understand why people love this car. It does kind of feel like a cheat code compared to the Vet, which is very comparatively difficult to drive. This feels very composed, very linear. It feels exactly like you'd think it would, and although, again, I definitely would need some setup tweaks and adjustments to take some of the understeer out of this if possible, and definitely help it to fit my driving style more, using the rear tires and get the front to cut Max Verstappen style. I could see this being a lot of fun and being really good, so. This might be a little bit faster. Not that, again, really matters, but for the sake of science. Great sounding car, though. Chip there just a little bit. Gonna be a little bit faster, about 0.3, so that is what it is. I'm not displeased with that. It is what it is. Again, another pretty car, great sounding car. But do I love it? I'm gonna have to do some more thinking and some more testing, like I said. So yeah, let me know your thoughts down below. Let me know if you want to see some Lotus 79 or GT1 and Proto GT. Let me know your thoughts. If you have any tips, advice, input, things I need to obviously work on, even after just seeing a couple laps in each car, or if it's hell no, don't buy either of those cars. They're terrible when they race, or people drive like idiots, or whatever. Again, I have a pretty good feel for Proto GT, but I have nothing to base off for the Lotus 79, either from a driver's perspective, or the racing, or the race length, or pit stops, or anything. I got nothing. So let me know your thoughts down below. But again, a little bit of a different thing since test drive is up, and figured I'd take advantage of it and drive some things that I've been wanting to drive. So let me know your thoughts. I appreciate all the love and support. Make sure you drop that like, sub down below. Don't want you to miss anything else coming up from iRacing, any other racing games, any other fun things. I appreciate you all so very much. I hope you have a great rest of your day. But until next time, as always, bye-bye.